Hey guys, Aaron Trevor and Josh Lucas from Sword, Carolina. We are coming at you with the first technique video in our series on Ott Jud's Ringen. Once again, we are not Ringen experts, and what we're hoping with this is that we get a lot of good ideas and feedback from you guys, so that we'll share our ideas with you, you share yours with us, and it'll make us better. And you better, too. But no, we do get a lot of good information from you guys, so we appreciate that. So we are going to work with our wrestling at the arms first, at our grips. So if you think about it, if Josh and I are coming into a wrestling fight, the first thing I'm going to run into is pretty much his arms. Like, it's going to be rare that I would just come to wrestle at Josh and like he wouldn't have any arms here, you know. So it's like, I need the arms, but if the arms aren't there, then I would just do something else, and you know, the fight would go a lot easier for me, more than likely. But just like if we were fencing and I was trying to get into wrestling, I would have to get his sword out of the way first. If I need to get to his body, or if I'm trying to get to his body to throw him, I need to get past his arms. So his arms are, just like the sword, his arms are his offense and his defense. So the grip that it tells us in Ott is that you take your left hand, you grab the muscle of his right arm, in which case this is the bicep. All right, so he does the same to me. And then with your right hand, you grab the outside of their left arm. And so from here, you've got a good grip where I can actually push and pull and try to twist him. But he can do the same to me. And so now we're in a fight for balance, we're in a fight for the four and the knock, because we're in the same and equal position. It could go either way. You know, so now we're getting down into strength and balance and everything else. So in this case, it's really easy for me to push on his arm here, and it's fairly easy for me to pull here. If I was to try to twist him the other way, this is a really difficult place to pull from because I'm just using the grip of the strength of my fingers. So if I wanted to twist him the other way, I'd actually reach over his arm just to get his elbow. And then I could pull this side and I can push this side and twist him up. So in this case, I actually got him to switch his stance too. So I pushed and pulled enough to actually switch his stance, maybe off balance him a little bit. But now I can attack, you know, if I'm looking to attack one side versus the other, I can use that push-pull to twist him up. But then he can also do the same thing for me. So this is a great drill for warming up for wrestling, and just for, you know, in general as well. I can just try to unbalance him, and he can try to do the same thing to me. So I can push him, you know, I can pull him, I can try to twist him up one way or the other. I can try to lean him to the side and like get some rotational movements going on. But then he can also practice knock rising, if you will, where if I push him, he can actually go with my force and pull me with it and unbalance me. And if I try to pull him, he can actually push into that and actually unbalance me, use my own strength against me. And so this is the basis of wrestling with arms, and that's what the first couple of plays from Ott Jud's Ringen deal with, this grip. So that's what we're going to start with today.
They would fight with the bucklers, though.
They would fight with the bucklers.
Right.
The loudest thing.
The loudest thing. So Aaron was explaining the basics of unbalancing your opponent and how you can use that to your advantage of the push-pull. We're actually going to move into the first play that Ott puts down in the manuscript, to where I'm actually going to throw Aaron over my back. I'm going to throw Aaron over my back.
That's the first one?
Okay, I'm going to throw Aaron over my back.
Step one.
Wrestling from the arms, step one is throw Aaron over your back. So, all right, here we go. Basically, we're going to start with the basic push-pull, to where I'm going to pull Aaron's left arm with my right hand. So I'm going to grab Aaron's arm, and I'm going to pull him this way, and also raise it up a little bit. At the same time, if I wanted to, I can use my left arm and push his shoulder a little bit to get it twisted up. But the key with this one is I want to take the arm and I want to raise it as high as I can, because I'm actually going to be going underneath his arm right here. So from the basic stance, I pull his arm up. That leaves me an opening right here to where I reach under. I take, and this is the next key point, I actually take his arm and I pull it down over my shoulder. And what that starts to do is spread the weight across my back. That way I'm not just picking him up on one side, I'm really trying to put it across my shoulders to get the weight distributed out. And then the last part of it is really kind of just, it's kind of hard to do slow, right? Because it requires a little bit of an explosive motion. So when you're drilling it, drill the push-pull, the raise, the step, and then of course your partner level, you and your partner level's comfort zone, actually doing the hoist or not. So we'll do it right here. So pull, come down, and actually hoist up like that. Now the funny thing is, he talks about picking him up on your back or on your hip, wherever it kind of falls in there, but it doesn't tell you where to throw him. So, and we think it could be a weight thing. Aaron's a little bit heavier than I am, so I'd probably just dump him off my back, straight down. If they were lighter, I could actually throw him onto his face and throw him down like that. But the one thing, when I pull it up, I go under, I'm taking a step with my left leg, getting down low, pulling the arm down, and then hoisting like that right there. So that's the first play of wrestling at the arms.
Now that we've got that easy technique out of the way, we're gonna do the next more complicated one of tripping him over your leg, all right? This is from the same grip. I'm fighting from the same grip here, the same twist, and I'm still lifting his arm up. The difference, however, is before, when he was trying to throw me over his back, he's trying to pull my weight forward and trying to get me unbalanced to the front. In this case, I'm actually gonna be lifting his arm back, and I will be unbalancing him backwards to throw him onto his back over my leg. And so in this case, it has two distinct steps where it says to lift his arm up. So it says it twice, so I've divided this into two steps. So I'm actually like, from the grip on the outside of his arm, I'm lifting his arm up, and then I'm actually rotating over and pushing under his arm to really get his arm extended behind him. You can do it, I like doing it on the forearm. We had some of our students like the elbow or below the elbow, so please try different things. Throw some variety in there and see what works best for you.
All right.
In this case, I am twisting him up. I'm lifting his arm up. The next thing I do, as I'm switching my grip, is I'm gonna reach around and grab his elbow and pull his elbow in toward me. All right, so I'm gonna pull his elbow in toward me, keep pushing his arm up. Now I'm gonna step with my left foot behind his right foot, and he's gonna be in a position where it's gonna be easy for me to just push him over my leg. So that's step by step. This makes a lot more sense when you put it all together and do it a little faster. So I like stepping behind his leg as I'm pulling his elbow in toward me. It seems to work together really naturally. So I'm twisting him here, I'm lifting him up here, pulling in and then pushing up again, and it's a very natural throw. It's actually hard to not throw him when you put him in that position. So thank you for letting me throw you, Josh.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the first technique video in our Ringen series. We got a lot more, and we're actually really having some fun working through this and kind of refreshing, but also figuring out some new stuff. So hopefully you guys are too. And we'll be coming at you next week from Sword, Carolina.